Okay, Mr. Qureshi, this is position 17. It's 24 FM 11974 Westlake Services versus Abel Bayene. So I actually had some questions about this case and the documents in this case. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what you're asking for today?
Your Honor, defendant has been served notoriously, and we are seeking a principal amount of $6,379.68, and we are also seeking attorney fees for $662.97.
Sorry, say that I'm at 662.97.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And the court costs, Your Honor.
Okay, plus court costs. All right. So I saw your motion for default judgment and your proposed order. Your proposed order does not include attorney's fees. It says attorney's fees in the amount of $0. And so as to the amount that you're seeking, the $63.79.68, I was a little bit lost on how you got to that number. I reviewed the documents, and it appears that so in your complaint you sought the same amount. When I'm looking at the complaint, page 26, it shows a charged off amount of $5,355. So could you walk me through how your client got to a principal amount owing of $6,379.68?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm just pulling up on my end. It's there. Okay. Your Honor, this is basically a post repossession, Your Honor, storage fees, and there's also accounting to the debtor document attached, which
Direct me to a page.
Your Honor, that is Your Honor, this is after, with the request for default judgment affidavit. This is attached right after the agreement, retail installment contract.
Right after the installment contract?
Yes, Your Honor. It has the breakdown.
Okay, so 6,000. So the number that I see here, does it say accounting to debtor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the number at the bottom, the deficiency amount, shows $6,667.93. That's a different amount than what you pled for.
Yes, Your Honor. This is actually less than what is provided, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, this can be because it adds they add the interest as per the contract, Your Honor. Sometimes I have no Your Honor, I have no objection if you just grant what is mentioned on the payment history, Your Honor, the liquidated, the certain amount. If the court grants that, that's fine.
So I guess my other concern is that the charge-off amount that's on I guess it starts on page 4, it's the customer information payment history.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that shows a current balance. It's on page 4. It's the very beginning of Exhibit A. That shows a
Mhm.
current balance of $6,379.66. But if you read through that transaction history, I don't see that number anywhere. What I do see is a charge-off amount of $5,355, which to me, when I look at this, looks like the amount that your client has charged off, right?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
so I'm not sure where the difference between, if you can show me how you got from 5,355 cents to the 6,300 number, please do so, because that's what I'm missing.
Your Honor, they have also there's a repossession expenses, Your Honor, for $40 after that, and another repossession expenses of charge of $40. So, Your Honor, these are post charge of fees and repossession and storage charges, Your Honor.
And where would I see those in the documents provided, since you're asking for a default?
Um, Your Honor, if the court grants 5,300, Your Honor, that would be fine.
Okay,
The certain amount, yes, yes, Your
okay.
Honor.
And can you show me in the contract where the attorney's fees are and how you got to the number of $662.97? Is there an affidavit for attorney's fees?
Yes, Your Honor. So we are seeking attorney's fees, Your Honor, as OCGA 13111, Your Honor, the reasonable attorney fee provision, Your Honor, in the contract page number, I believe 3, Your Honor, it provides for the default. And it states that in
Right,
case of default,
it's reasonable attorney's fees and legal expenses. So can you talk to me about that, how you came to that number of 600?
Your Honor, this is 15%, Your Honor. This is mentioned in the this is
15% of what?
Your Honor, of the amount owed.
Okay,
So
so if you want attorney's fees, I'm going to need an attorney's fees affidavit that sets out how you came to that number. I agree with you, it's in the contract. I saw it in the contract.
this is
So I'm happy to
statutory, Your
give
Honor.
you attorney's fees. If you want to come back for the next calendar, I'm happy to reset it. But I can't award you attorney's fees right now without the affidavit.
Your Honor, this is statutory attorney fees. So, Your Honor, by law.
My understanding is that you're entitled to attorney's fees under the contract, but the amount of attorney's fees per the contract says reasonable. So I mean, if show me the citation or give me a citation and I will certainly look it up.
Your Honor, so
Judge, it's OCGA 13111. I'm gonna give Mr. Qureshi an assist here.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
thank you, Mr. Green.
Okay, so I think it needs to be recalculated based on the new principal award of $5,355.
Your Honor,
So it's got to be 15% or less. Which is, yeah, okay, so that's fine. Stand corrected. Okay. So what I'm going to do is grant your motion for default judgment against Mr. Bayeni, and I'm going to grant it in an amount of $5,355 plus attorney's fees in the amount of $662.97 plus court costs. And I will enter this order once the calendar is completed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor,
And I can amend the proposed order, I think.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you moving on to position 19?
Yes, Your Honor, it's the second